Revolutionary greetings, comrades. It's the 29 May 2024. It's election day in South Africa. We are recording this video shortly after 8 p.m. People are still queuing to cast their votes. What are the lessons for us, particularly in Zimbabwe? But before we get to the lessons, I did not vote. There are those comrades from Put South Africa First who were circulating my photo. Remember, we had an event where the president of the ANC addressed the civil society leaders at Johannesburg City Hall some few months ago. Then I took a photo standing next to an ANC banner. That photo circulated on Twitter accusing the ANC. People were saying, this man, Mabena, is an illegal immigrant, is voting in South Africa. ANC is recruiting immigrants to vote in South Africa. Well, I'm legal in South Africa, but I did not vote and I'm not going to vote. As you can see my fingers, those that voted, they've got a mark. So you don't have to accuse the ANC of allowing some of us to vote. No, I did not vote. Right, but the lessons for us Zimbabweans is that there is political tolerance in this election. Yes, there are glitches here and there as we are following closely the elections in South Africa, but there is political tolerance. It is unheard of that in Zimbabwe, voters can go to a polling station wearing their party regalia. When you go and cast your vote in a polling station in Zimbabwe, you do not wear your party regalia. You are not allowed to campaign, I think it's about 100 meters away from the polling station. It is unheard of where political parties will set up tables next to each other, 50 meters from each other. It is unheard of. But here, political parties have been setting up tables outside the polling station and they are sharing drinks and so forth. That is political tolerance that we are seeing in the South African elections. Yes, there have been, as I'm saying, some skirmishes, some challenges here and there, but in the main, there's political tolerance. You will not see a particular party attacking supporters of another party who are queuing, wearing their party regalia to go and cast their votes. Secondly, which is most important, South Africans have faith in the institution that runs the elections. They have faith in the Independent Electoral Commission that runs the elections. It is not seen to be biased towards the governing party, the African National Congress. Political parties have faith, including South Africans, ordinary South Africans, as opposed to the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission. Remember, in Zimbabwe, the commissioners in the last election, they are either children or relatives of ZANU-PF members. Zimbabweans have lost confidence in the institution that runs the elections. Thirdly, South Africans have confidence in the security sector, that is the police, in terms of them discharging their duties during this election, unlike in Zimbabwe, where the Zimbabwe Republic Police and the other state security organs are seen as advancing the interest of the ruling party, ZANU-PF. So the lessons are, as I conclude, one, there is political tolerance. People are allowed to cast their votes for the party of their choice. As I record, there are long queues, people wearing their party regalia. Secondly, there is a faith in the institution that runs elections. And thirdly, there is also faith in the security services that ensures that there is law and order, or law and order is maintained during this period. So we'll continue as we are getting closer to the final voting. They are supposed to be closing at 9, but there are long queues, and I was following the press conference by the IEC CEO, who was saying voters that are in the queue will be allowed to cast their votes. We'll then move to counting. So this is the first video on the lessons that we learn in this election. You might be drawing lessons from this election. What are your lessons as a Zimbabwean, as a migrant from Angola, DRC, Nigeria, and so forth? Please write in the comment section. I am Ngabuto Nicholas Mapena. Like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you are on TikTok, please do follow us. Amandla, comrades.